Good Monday morning, everybody. Beautiful Monday morning here in Central Florida. Starting day off at 58 degrees, and it's going to be another beautiful day. It absolutely is. There's no reason for it not to be. Hey, I hope you're having a great holiday season. If you're struggling with something, I hope you have someone to lean on. I know for some people this is a really hard time of year, but hang in there. You got this. We had a good weekend. I'm trying to remember how things went. Um, huh. I don't remember Friday night so much. That's sad. But Saturday took 2/3 of the youngins to the park, and we had our Bible study. Everything went good. Saturday afternoon, well, I took the girls went to a birthday party. I took Jack with me. We went to the discount grocery store, and we went to a couple other places and headed home. And I started building Naomi's bed, her loft bed. I got it finished. Yes, late in the evening is what it is. And today the stuff should be in for me to do the electrical. And I know beds don't have electricity on them, but they have outlet and charge ports on the desk, and they plug in, but there's no electricity in that room. So I'm bringing electricity into that room. I mean, there's a light in there. It was a sunroom before we decided it was going to be a bedroom, but it has heavy solar shades, so it's 3 layers of window coverings. We've got the bamboo roll-ups that are down. Then we have a solar uh, barrier curtain in there, and then regular curtains, and so they have their privacy, and they can also open up any that they want to. At night, we like to have them drawn, but hey. So last night, Jack and Naomi wanted to sleep in Naomi's bed. It didn't last long, apparently, because they were both in our room when I woke up. So, however that worked. And then, let's see. I think I'm going to bring the electric in just inside the woodwork and come up to the center of the ceiling and branch off there to each side. And we'll just see. I think I got enough. I got two 15-foot runs. Yeah, we'll be good to go. Hopefully stuff comes in while I'm at work, so when I get home I can get to work on it, get their LED strip lighting in too. That comes for under the loft bed, and I want to run I want to put a new light in the center of that room, which has never had a light in it. So, excuse me while I lubricate the vocal cords. Sunday we went to church, and they had a Christmas meal and a thing for the kids, and they gave every child there a gift. I thought that was nice. And then they had a good old-fashioned potluck, and I like to sample a little bit of everything. But I tell you, I don't eat dessert unless I spy me some homemade ones, and then I'll have a little taste of those, because if I'm going to let the blood sugar go up, it's going to be worth it, right? So it was a good weekend. It was a long weekend, but it was a good weekend. I got the girls focusing on organizing their area, and then we'll get, I think the only thing, I still have tools and stuff and extra fasteners in their room. I think the only thing I need to secure that isn't been screwed down yet is the little box outlets. And I want to wire them before I fasten them into the desk. So zip ties and wire management, right? No, zip ties are terrible. Velcro is the way to go, because if you ever have to take it apart, you don't risk damaging the wire taking it apart. So the server room where I work, when I first started working in there, the server room was all zip tied to heaven and back. And I'm like, oh. And then I got to take stuff apart and all this other. Well, you can buy a whole roll of the Velcro wire ties. You can buy them with the little slots so they slip around, or you can just cut them to fit. And I like the big roll and cut it to fit. It's thin. It's about that wide, but it comes in a big roll, and just cut it to fit and keep it all neat and organized. And then you can pop it off when you need to pop it off, and zip it back on when you need to zip it back on. Makes life easier. And I'm going to use that for the kids' electric across their bed, or their loft bed, across their desk. There's a little area where I want to keep it neat. And that's the plan for when I get home tonight. I bought some mild Italian meatballs, and I thought, instead of doing them as meatballs, I turned them into little slider patties and made little breakfast sliders, the egg and cheese and those, and it came out pretty good. I normally like a sausage that would be a little bit spicier, but the kids like it milder, so the meatball was a good option. And they generally, I won't buy pre-made meatballs and stuff like that, but these things are like $2 for a whole big old pack of them, and it was meat and seasoning, not a lot of junk. So we went with it. I tell you right now, even at the discount store, you just can't afford beef right now. It's insane. So if I'm going to buy anything other than ground meat or sausage or the like, I got a couple of places I like to buy through the mail. Some farms out west, and right now, bison and beef. Bison's a little bit right about the same spot right now, and I like bison better, to be honest with you. So I just get some of that, but they have a lot of different things that you might think, ooh, but it's worth trying. I like to go to their clearance section if it's something I don't know if I'm going to like or not. Like, that's how I found out that we like the ostrich. It's pretty good, and a few other things. Venison is good, whether it's deer or elk or even caribou. Had all those, good eating. But I need to find someplace to hunt here in Florida. I could get a hog any day of the week. Hogs are plentiful, but my wife doesn't want pork. So I need to go deer hunting. That's what I need to do. And that's it. Go put some meat on the table without spending an arm and a leg and 3/4 of your firstborn, right? So, if and she wasn't so picky, the bag limit for squirrels is quite a bit. And if you know how to cook it, squirrel's good eating. I'm just saying. And it's cheap. I don't like city squirrels. They've been eating all sorts of stuff I don't know. I'd rather go out in the middle of nowhere in the woods, national forest or something, someplace to get it. Just saying. So, not too keen on the little tiny rabbits here in Florida. Down here, I don't know if they have any bigger ones, but the little ones is too much effort for too little payout. But there's options. There's lots of options. So I ain't hungry enough or poor enough to put another possum in a pot, 'cause I tell you, cook that critter outside, it stinks to high heaven, and it ain't all that good anyhow. Same thing with armadillo. So, rattlesnake is another thing that's too much work for too little payoff. Now, if you hungry and you out there and you've got to survive, well, go for it. You know, I'm not a fan of going after anything that can put the hurting on you. But if you got a firearm or if you've got the means of getting her done, get her done. And rattlesnake is a good. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a lot of work for a very little amount of meat, unless you get a really big one. And it's still, you know, beheading it and taking the skin off ain't the hard part. You really. And if you don't care how you cook it after cleaning it out, it's not hard either. But there's a lot of bones in that critter, and if you got kids that are have issues with bones, then you don't have to pick at it a lot. But if you have the time, take a couple forks and you shred it, and get the bones out. Hey, that's good. It takes time. Right. That's the thing with chickens. We have laying hens. As long as they laying, they get to live. And chickens are a lot of work and prep, which is why I like quail a lot better. And I need to get quail going again, because they were very, very reliable on eggs and meat. And sorry to say it, but all the boys go to freezer camp, and all the ladies get to live until they don't lay anymore. And I can probably prep a quail in, I don't know, a minute each. I mean, it's really super simple. Prepare a quail faster than I can prepare a squirrel. Get squirrel down pretty good, and get a squirrel skun out and cleaned pretty fast. And takes longer to get the hide ready. I need to harvest some squirrel, because I need to start making some more items for sale. And I made a holster, squirrel skin holster. So that down here in Florida, squirrel skin not as thick as it is up north. But if you take what I did is I took and made a leather holster out of cowhide, and then I covered it in the squirrel and left one tail dangling at the end. And someone liked that so much they offered me more money I thought it was worth, but I happily took it. Maybe I need to make a couple more of them. You ain't gonna see too many of those. Somebody's gonna have to make that by hand, y'all. But good times. Good skills to know. I guess it's going by the wayside for most. But that's a shame. But, hey, I hope y'all have a great Monday. Have a great holiday this week. We'll catch you tomorrow, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.